हरिः ओम श्री गुरुभ्यो नमः। हरिः ओम ओम गणानां त्वा गणपतिगुं हवामहे कविं कवीनामुपमश्रवस्तमम् ज्येष्ठराजं ब्रह्मणां ब्रह्मणस्पदान शृण्वन्नोदिभिस्सीदसादनम् ॐ श्रीमहागणपतये नमः। ॐ श्रुतिस्मृतिपुराणानामालयं करुणालयं नमामि भगवत्पादशङ्करं लोकशङ्करं सदाशिवसमारम्भां शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे श्रीगुरुपरम्पराम्। ॐ श्रीशङ्कराचार्य स्वामिने नमः। हरिः ओम ओम सहना भवतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। ओम शांति शांति शांति। हरिः ओम श्री गुरुभ्यो नमः। हरिः ओम।
नमस्ते महोदय। श्रीमती भगिनी।
नमस्ते महोदय।
नमस्ते।
श्री भगवानुवाच पार्थ नैवेह नामुत्र विनाशस्तस्य विद्यते न हि कल्याणकृत् कश्चित् दुर्गतिं तात गच्छति।
राजेश्वरी शिवशंकर भगिनी।
नमस्ते महोदय।
नमस्ते।
प्राप्य पुण्यकृतान् लोकान् उषित्वा शाश्वती समाः शुचीनां श्रीमदाङ्गेः योगप्रष्टोऽभिजायते।
लीना मेहुलदामा भगिनी।
अथवा योगिनामेव कुले भवति धीमताम् एतद्धि दुर्लभतरं लोके जन्म यदीदृशम्।
लक्ष्मी बीवी भगिनी।
तत्र तं बुद्धिसंयोगं लभते पौर्वदेहिकं यतते च ततो भूयः संसिद्धौ कुरु नन्दन।
के ललिता भगिनी।
यस सर। पूर्वाभ्यासेन तेनैव ह्रियते ह्यवशोऽपि सः जिज्ञासुरपि योगस्य सप्तब्रह्माति वर्तते।
श्रीलक्ष्मी भगिनी।
नमस्ते भगिनी।
नमस्ते।
प्रयत्नाद्यतमानस्तु योगी संशुद्ध किल्बिषः अनेकजन्म संसिद्धः ततो याति पराङ्गतिम्।
काश्मीरा भगिनी।
तपस्विभ्योऽधिको योगी ज्ञानिभ्योऽपि मतोऽधिकः कर्मिभ्यश्चाधिको योगी तस्मात् योगी भवार्जुन।
गुरुमूर्ति महोदय।
योगी नामपि सर्वेषां अद्गतेनान्तरात्मना श्रद्धावान् भजते यो मां समे युक्ततमो मदः।
Good. One more person, the same shloka.
उषा श्रीनिवासन भगिनी।
नमस्ते महोदय।
नमस्ते।
योगिनामपि सर्वेषां मद्गतेनान्तरात्मना श्रद्धावान् भजते यो मां समे युक्ततमो मतः।
वीणा फानी श्री भगिनी।
नमस्ते महोदय।
नमस्ते।
ॐ न तत्सदिति श्रीमद्भगवद्गीतासु उपनिषत्सु ब्रह्मविद्यायां योगशास्त्रे श्रीकृष्णार्जुनसंवादे आत्मसंयमयोगो नाम षष्ठोऽध्यायः। ॐ
You
ॐ
should say,
न तस्
you should say it together. Atma Sayyama Yogo Nama Shaktodhyayah.
आत्मसंयमयोगो नाम षष्ठोऽध्यायः।
Okay.
षष्ठोऽध्यायः।
So we will start with a new chapter today. You are seeing the new screen, right?
Yes, Mahodaya.
Yeah.
Shanti Badri Bhagini.
Om Shri Paramatmane Namaha. Atha Saptamodhyayah Jnana Vijnana Yogaha.
ॐ श्रीपरमात्मने नमः। अथ सप्तमोऽध्यायः ज्ञानविज्ञानयोगः।
Shri Bhagavanuvacha Maya Saktamanah Partha
श्रीभगवानुवाच मय्यासक्तमनः पार्थ
Yogai Yunjanmadashtrayah
युज्यन्मदाश्रयः
Yunjan, not Yunjan. Like engine. Engine we say, no? Like an engine. Like that Yunjan.
युञ्जन्मदाश्रयः युञ्जन्मदाश्रयः
Maya Saktamanah Partha Yogai Yunjanmadashtrayah
मय्यासक्तमनः पार्थ योगैर्युञ्जन्मदाश्रयः मय्यासक्तमनः पार्थ योगैर्युञ्जन्मदाश्रयः।
Next.
Rajalakshmi Bhagini.
Asamshayam samagram mam
असंशयं समग्रं माम् असंशयं समग्रं माम्
yata jnasyasi tatshruno
यथा ज्ञास्यसि तच्छृणु यथा ज्ञास्यसि तच्छृणु
asamshayam samagram mam yatha jnasyasi tatshruno
असंशयं समग्रं माम् यथा ज्ञास्यसि तच्छृणु असंशयं समग्रं माम् यथा ज्ञास्यसि तच्छृणु।
Good. Next.
Lalita Ramachandran Bhagini.
Maya Saktamanah Partha Yogai Yunjanmadashtrayah
मय्यासक्तमनः पार्थ योगैर्युञ्जन्मदाश्रयः मय्यासक्तमनः पार्थ योगैर्युञ्जन्मदाश्रयः।
Next.
K. Lalita Bhagini.
Asamshayam samagram mam Yatha jnāsyasi tachrunu.
असंशयं समग्रं मां यथा ज्ञास्यसि तच्छृणु असंशयं समग्रं मां यथा ज्ञास्यसि तच्छृणु.
Good. Next.
Sri Lakshmi Bhagini.
The first line 2 times.
Yes, sir. मय्यासक्त श्रीभगवानुवाच मय्यासक्तमना पार्थ योगं युञ्जन्मदाश्रयः मय्यासक्तमना पार्थ योगं युञ्जन्मदाश्रयः.
Good. Next.
Anupama Bhatt Bhagini.
Second line 2 times.
असंशयं समग्रं मां यथा ज्ञास्यसि तच्छृणु असंशयं समग्रं मां यथा ज्ञास्यसि तच्छृणु.
Good. Next.
Srimati Bhagini.
The entire shloka once.
Yes, Mother. Shri Bhagavanuvach Maya Partha Yogayyunjanmadashrayah Asamshayam Samagram Mam Yatha Jnasyasi Tachrunu.
Good. Next.
Rajeshwari Shivashankar Bhagini.
The full shloka.
मय्यासक्तमनः पार्थ योगैर्युञ्जन्मदाश्रयः असंशयं समग्रं मां यथा ज्ञास्यसि तच्छृणु.
Good. Next.
Leena Mehuldama Bhagini.
श्रीभगवानुवाच मय्यासक्तमनः पार्थ योगैर्युञ्जन्मदाश्रयः असंशयं समग्रं मां यथा ज्ञास्यसि तच्छृणु.
Good. Next.
Lakshmi Bivi Bhagini.
Shri Bhagavanuvach Maya Partha Yogayyunjanmadashrayah Asamshayam Samagram Mam Yatha Jnasyasi Tachrunu.
Good. Next.
Kashmira Bhagini.
Yes. Shri Bhagavanuvach Maya Partha Yogayyunjanmadashrayah Asamshayam Samagram Mam Yatha Jnasyasi Tachrunu.
Next.
Gurumurti Mahodaya.
Shri.Bhagavan uvacha Maya Partha Yogayyunjanmadashrayah Asamshayam Samagram Mam Yatha Jnasyasi Tachrunu.
Good. Next. One more person.
Usha Srinivasan Bhagini.
Shri Bhagavanuvacha Maya Partha Yogayyunjanmadashrayah Asanshayam Samagram Ma Yatha Jnasyasi Tachrunu.
Good. So the new topic that we are doing from today is called Jnana Vijnana Yoga. So when you look at Jnana, what is the Jnana that we are all trying to learn? The knowledge that we are trying to know is about the God. But whatever knowledge we are trying to know about the God is an indirect knowledge. No, right from childhood, we have got a very, very indirect knowledge of God only. We feel that there is a superpower. Because of superpower, everything is existing. When we go to temple, we have to pray the God in that rupa, whatever you see. We know that is only the idol there, but there is some God. But we do not know much about that. So if you look at that way, there is an indirect perception that we were all having about God. So now, the thing is that this Jnana Vijnana Yoga means it is indirect knowledge and as well as immediate knowledge. Vijnana is Vishesha Jnana. Vishesha Jnana is immediate knowledge. So Bhagavan is going to now talk about Jnana and Vijnana, knowledge and immediate knowledge. Okay, that is what is immediate knowledge. As we start discussing about many of the things in this chapter, we'll come to know about that. So now, before getting into this chapter, I just wanted to broach on one particular topic. If you look at the creation, anything that you see is a creation. Okay, anything that is created, anything that you see as a creation has to have two things. One is the material cause, the other one is the intelligent or efficient cause. Okay, even if you look at a phone, a simple mobile phone, it should have a material cause. That is called Upadana Karana. And it should also have an intelligence cause. Somebody should have put his mind into it so that he'll be able to come out with this kind of a mobile phone, which is functional. So if you look at that way, a Upadana Karana, the material cause, and intelligence cause are two things required for anything you see in the creation. So if you look at the creation need not be only what a human being has created, what all things that we have created. Everything that has been created has got to have these two things. And even there are a lot of things. You've got mountains, you've got trees, you've got rivers. Everything is creation of something. Everything is a creation. So everything should have an intelligence cause and a material cause. So that we have to understand that very clearly. For example, if you have a pot, okay, for a pot, the intelligence cause is the potter. The potter should have the intelligence of making the pot. And then the Upadana cause, the material cause, is supposed to be the clay. So when you have a clay, and then when you have an intelligence in the form of our potter, they both come together to become that intelligence goes into the clay, and then you get a pot. Okay. And secondly, the cause for the pot is clay. A pot cannot exist without its cause. That we have to understand. We have to understand anything in the creation should be able to exist only in the presence of cause. If the cause for the pot is clay, in the absence of clay, pot has no existence, right? So if you look at that way, you have got a beautiful table. The table has got two things. Upadana Karana for table is wood, and the Nimitta Karana for the intelligence cause, efficient cause is the carpenter. So in the absence of wood, the table has got no existence. So we have to understand that, or in the absence of a carpenter who thought about the table had no existence. So the existence of anything in the world, anything that we see, should have a Upadana Karana and Nimitta Karana. And without the Karana, without the cause, the creation cannot exist. That is one thing that we have to very clearly understand. So best example is a cause, the pot. A pot has got no existence in the absence of clay. An ornament, golden ornament, has got no existence in the absence of a goldsmith and gold. So we have to understand that there is a fundamental cause. The cause has to be there for anything that you see as creation to be existing. Now, when you start looking at it, the whole world, the whole universe can be brought into materials and intelligence. Okay, the two things that is making the entire creation that is visible to us is material and intelligence. Okay, then where did the material and intelligence come from? Are there two sources, one source for material and one source for intelligence, or there is only one source? So when you start getting into this argument, philosophically we say that there is only one God, and that God is the material cause as well as the intelligence cause for everything in the creation. Therefore, the entire thing that we have, before the creation, there should have been something. If you look at that way, before a pot was created, there should have been something. What would have been that? That could have been a clay would have been available, and then potter would have been available before the pot was created. So there is material cause and the nimitta karana, upadana karana. Then before the material cause and the material cause, upadana karana and the nimitta karana, that is intelligence cause, what should have been existing? So before creation of anything in the universe, what was existing is God. Let us take that what existed before creation is God. So there was only one God, and from that particular God, the entire creation starts. So the entire creation the God becomes both the Nimitta Karana as well as Upadana Karana. So we have to understand that God is the Nimitta Karana, intelligence cause, and Upadana Karana, that is the material cause for the entire creation in the Jagat. Okay. Now, based on the pot and gold example, we realized that without the cause, the creation cannot exist. In the same way, if everything is a creation in the world, without the cause, that is God, nothing can exist. So the substratum for existence of anything in the world is God. Right? So this was, I have just tried to put it in a very abstract manner. I hope you would have been able to catch it. So we have to understand, we have to think about it. I think whatever I told is a very high level. I just told something. I just tried to explain this. But you may have to start thinking about this. If you look at that way, the cause has got to be present in the creation. And the cause for everything, before the creation of various things that we see in the world of different things that we see, there was only God was there before creation. And then the material cause and intelligence cause are both required. And both the material cause and intelligence cause should have come from the same God. And the same God is responsible for the entire creation. And the cause has got to be existing in the creation. So everywhere in the creation that you see, you have to see God. That is the high level of understanding that we need to have. So what is the jnana is primarily we are talking about the highest superior God. Okay. Then you got certain thing. If you look at God, the jnana that we have is that indirectly we are able to understand God. We are not able to directly understand God. But now when you start looking at it from the creation, lot of things that is created which are all seen by us, and whatever we are seeing by us, based on the discussion that we had, the cause has got to be present. Then the God is present in everything. So what you see in yours, whatever you see, that has also got to have a presence of God. It might be a mountain, it may be a river, it may be anything. There has got to be the hand of God that is to be felt. So that is what you're directly perceiving. That is what is called Vijnana. So Bhagavan is going to talk about Jnana, Vijnana in this particular context from now onwards. So as we were discussing yesterday in a very long discussion that we had, the first 6 chapters was talking about a Tvam principle. In Tattvamasi, Tvam principle was talked in the first 6 chapters, where it was very clearly told what is the role of a human being, why the human being is there, and then as a human being, what is the way one can progress spiritually to gain moksha. That is what we understood. The purpose of human being is moksha, and right from the chapter 2 onwards till chapter 6, predominantly the flavor was about the individual, the Jivatma, and also how the Jivatma can progress towards gaining moksha, ending up with meditation where we can have a direct communion with the God. So if you look at the 6th chapter also, we had seen in few slokas, like sloka number 29 to 31. I'll just read out the sloka. You should be able to remember the meaning that we have discussed. The 29th sloka was Sarvabhutastham Sarvabhutani Chatmani Ikshate Yoga Yuktatma Sarvatra Samadarshana. This was talking about Sarvabhutastham Atmanam Sarvabhutani Chatmani. He was able to see his Atma in Sarvabhutam, and he was also able to see the self in everything in himself. Okay, Sarvabhutani Cha Atmani. He was able to see that. That means that there was only one self which was evident in everything, all the things that he was seeing. That's what the sloka number 29. Then the sloka number 30, Bhagavan says, Yomam Pashyati Sarvatra. Whoever is able to see me in everything, that means that Bhagavan is replacing the self with himself. Bhagavan says that I am residing in you. So God says that the self that you have in you is Mam. It is me only. Yomam Pashyati Sarvatra, Sarvam cha Mayi Pashyati, Tasyaham na pranashyami, Sachame na pranashyati. So he says that I am that one who is there in everything. So by this, Bhagavan is able to once again confirm that he is the person who is sitting inside every one of us. Then, Sarvabhuta Yoma, Bhajatyet Tattva Sarvata Vartamanopi Sayogi Mayi Vartate. So, in this particular case, the yogi who was been able to understand that the self and the Bhagavan in himself, whatever he is doing, Mayi Vartate, he only is doing things in the field of God only. Mayi Vartate. That's what Bhagavan was telling. Then finally, when he was closing, then he talked about Chanchalam and other kinds of problems of obstacles in terms of meditation. And finally, he said that Tapasvipyodigo yogi, Jnanipyopi madodikaha. He said that the yogi who has been able to realize himself, the yogi who has been able to get connected to the God that is me, he is a yogi who is superior to a tapasvi, he is superior to a jnani who has got a knowledge only, and also he is superior to karmi, the person who is doing karmas. That's what he told in the 46th shloka. And 46th shloka, योगिनामपि सर्वेषां मद्गते नान्तरात्मना श्रद्धावान् भजते यो मां समे युक्त तमो मतः. So then this, what is that he was telling in this shloka? He says, Madgate Nantaratmana, the person, the yogi, whose mind is fully absorbed in me. But Bhagavan is inside. So that yogi is fully absorbed in the Bhagavan in himself. Madgate Nantaratmaha, Bhajate Mam, he is always contemplating on me. That yogi is a Shraddhavan. He is a person who is able to have a highest level of Shraddha. And then among the yogis, who is the most exalted yogi. So by all these things, Bhagavan was establishing the fact, Lord Krishna was establishing the fact that I am residing in you all as Bhagavan, right? So the last few, whatever we discussed, Bhagavan was establishing that I am residing in every one of you. Yogi, whatever you are going to see in yourself is me only. So now the question arises, Bhagavan is residing in all of us, then Bhagavan is residing in all of us, then what is the nature of Krishna? Krishna is an individual, okay? What is the Krishna in this particular case? So what is the role of Krishna who is residing in all of us? And then if Krishna is going to be the God, then Ishvara, then what is the nature of Ishvara? That is the question that arises when he completed the previous shloka. When he completed the previous shloka, he said, me, you are going to be absorbed in me. You are going to be contemplating on me. So he has already identified Lord Krishna as an individual, Lord Krishna as a God. He has now already asserted himself to be the Ishvara, the Lord that is on everything. So now in the next chapter, when we started the 7th chapter, Bhagavan decided that there's no need for Arjuna to ask a question, and then he starts. He said that because I've already talked about this God principle of me, he said that I am going to straight away start talking about it. Arjuna would have understood now. Let me now straight away start talking to him about what is the God, what is God. So next 6 chapters he is going to be talking about God, the Tat principle of Tattvamasi. Okay, that's what it is. So in the first one, Shri Bhagavan Uvacha. So Bhagavan himself is starting. Maya Sakta Mana Partha Yogam Injanmadashtraya. Mayi means in me. Asakta Manaha. That is a person who is deeply committed into being with the Bhagavan in himself. Mayi Asakta Manaha. The mind is deeply committed to the Bhagavan in himself. Mayi. Partha, O Arjuna, Yogam Yunjanmadashtraya. This person is already in a kind of meditative yoga, Jnani, and then Yunjan Madashtraya. He has now started taking refuge in Bhagavan himself. The yogi who is doing a meditation, he has taken refuge in Bhagavan himself. Okay. So that particular yogi, Asam, that is what is the yogi does. Yogi is able to get refuge into the God. So now, supposing you pray to the God, then God becomes you pray to the God that I want to have 1, 2, 3. You are putting a small request that I please, oh my God, please take care of these 3, 4 things. Then what happens is that Bhagavan becomes a mean for you to get some other end in life. Right? So we pray God for a lot of things. When we pray pray to the God, what we pray, God becomes a mean for getting those things that we want out of the prayer. But in this particular case, when the person yogi yunjam madashtriya, when the yogi has taken refuge in him, what does he want? He wants Bhagavan himself. So this particular term means that the person who is going to be deeply involved in his mind, committed in his mind and taken refuge in him, then that particular person, Maya Asakta Mana Partha. So he says that Tasmad yogi baba Arjuna. Arjuna, you also become that kind of yogi that he had already told him also. Then, what is that he is getting into is getting himself to be totally with the God. So, to know about the God, he says that Asamshayam samagrammam yata jnase tashtunu. Asamshayam, without doubt, samagram mam, everything completely about me. Yata jnasyasi, whatever is necessary for you to know, tashtunu, you please hear from me. So, Bhagavan says that, oh Arjuna, I am now going to those kinds of yogis who have already been established and totally committed to him, taken refuge in him, then they will be able to be looking at God. Then what is that God? That I will tell you. Asamshayam, without any doubt. You should be without any doubt. Samagram, completely, I will tell you. Because if you look at Bhagavan, we heard that Bhagavan has got sixfold qualification. He is very strong. He is omnipotent. He is one of the highest kirtis. Then he is one highest wealth, overlordship. We talked about the qualities of Bhagavan. So we do not know the glories of Bhagavan. So we said that these are the glories of God. So he is now telling Arjuna, I'll tell you everything in totality. Yes, what you need to know, you please listen to me and know about it. So Bhagavan says that I am going to tell you, please take it from me. So Bhagavan is going to talk about his glories, who he is, etc. in this particular chapter. So he starts with this Maya Sakta Mana Partha Yoga Yunjan Madashraya Asamshayam Samagrammam Yata Jnasit Tashunu. He says, listen to me. You already asked for it. Listen to me attentively, Arjuna. Okay. Next.
Veena Fanishri Bhagini.
Jnanam Teham Savijnanam.
Jnanam tehasvavijnanam. Jnanam teham savijnanam.
Yidau Vaksyam Yasheshatah.
Idau vakshyamya seshatah. Idau vakshyamya seshatah.
Jnanam teham savijnanam. Idau Vaksyam Yasheshatah.
Jnanam teham savijnanam. Idau vakshyamya seshatah. Jnanam teham savijnanam. Idau vakshyamya seshatah.
Good. Next.
Shanti Badri Bhagini.
Yajñātvā neha bhūyonyate.
Shanti Badri Bhagini. Rajalakshmi Bhagini.
यज्ञात्वा नेह भूयोन्यते यज्ञात्वा नेह भूयोन्यते
ज्ञातव्यमवशिष्यते.
ज्ञातव्यमवशिष्यते ज्ञातव्यमवशिष्यते
यज्ञात्वा नेह भूयोन्यते. ज्ञातव्यमवशिष्यते.
यज्ञात्वा नेह भूयोन्यते ज्ञातव्यमवशिष्यते यज्ञात्वा नेह भूयोन्यते ज्ञातव्यमवशिष्यते.
Next.
Anupama Bhatt Bhagini.
ज्ञानं तेहं सविज्ञानम् इदौ वक्ष्याम्यशेषतः.
Anupama Bhatt Bhagini.
ज्ञानं तेहं सविज्ञानम् इदं वक्ष्याम्यशेषतः ज्ञानं तेहं सविज्ञानम् इदं वक्ष्याम्यशेषतः.
Good. Next.
Lalita Ramachandran Bhagini.
Yes, ma'am.
यज्ञात्वा नेह भूयोन्यत् ज्ञातव्यमवशिष्यते.
यज्ञात्वानेह भूयोऽन्त ज्ञानतव्यमवशिष्यते
ज्ञातव्यम् अवशिष्यते.
ज्ञातव्यमवशिष्यते यज्ञात्वानेह भूयोऽन्त ज्ञातव्यमवशिष्यते.
You can say ज्ञातव्यम् अवशिष्यते. Okay, a single word, compound word.
Shall I repeat?
Yeah, repeat that. Yeah.
यज्ञात्वानेह भूयोऽन्त ज्ञातव्यमवशिष्यते.
Good. Yeah. Next,
Sharat Chavan Mahodaya.
first line 2 times.
ज्ञानं तेहि सविज्ञानम् इदं वश्याम्यशेषतः ज्ञानं तेहं सविज्ञानम् इदं वक्ष्याम्यशेषतः.
Good. Next,
Sri Lakshmi Bhagini.
second line 2 times.
Sri Lakshmi Bhagini. K. Lalita Bhagini.
Yes, sir.
Second line 2 times.
First line.
Second line 2 times.
यज्ञात्वा नेह भूयोऽन्यत् ज्ञातव्यमवशिष्यते यज्ञात्वा नेह भूयोऽन्यत् ज्ञातव्यमवशिष्यते.
Good. Next,
Srimati Bhagini.
the entire shloka once.
Yes, Mother. ज्ञानन्तेऽहं सविज्ञानम् इदौ वक्ष्याम्यशेषतः यज्ञात्वा नेह भूयोऽन्यत् ज्ञातव्यमविशिष्यते.
ज्ञातव्यमवशिष्यते, avashishyate, mavashishyate, not we.
Okay, Mother. ज्ञातव्यमवशिष्यते.
Second line again.
Okay, Mother. यज्ञात्वा नेह भूयोऽन्यत् ज्ञातव्यमवशिष्यते.
Good. Next,
Leena Mehuldama Bhagini.
the full shloka.
ज्ञानं तेऽहं सविज्ञानम् इदौ वक्ष्याम्यशेषतः यज्ञात्वा नेह भूयोऽन्यत् ज्ञातव्यमवशिष्यते.
Good. Next,
Rajalakshmi Bhagini. Oh, sorry, I called on. Sorry. Kashmira Bhagini.
Yes. ज्ञानन्तेऽहं सविज्ञानम् इदं वक्ष्याम्यशेषतः यज्ञात्वा नेह भूयोऽन्यत् ज्ञातव्यमवशिष्यते.
good. Next,
Rajeshwari Shivashankar Bhagini.
ज्ञानन्देहं सविज्ञानम् इदौ वक्ष्याम्यशेषतः यज्ञात्वा नेह भूयोऽन्यत् ज्ञातव्यमवशिष्यते.
good. Next,
Usha Srinivasan Bhagini.
ज्ञानं तेऽहं सविज्ञानम् इदं वक्ष्याम्यशेषतः यज्ञात्वा नेह भूयोऽन्यत् ज्ञातव्यमवशिष्यते.
good. Next,
Gurumurthy Mahodaya.
Yes. ज्ञानन्तेऽहं सविज्ञानम् इदौ वक्ष्याम्यशेषतः यज्ञात्वा नेह भूयोऽन्यत् ज्ञातव्यमवशिष्यते.
good. Next, avashishyate.
Lakshmi Bivi Bhagini.
ज्ञानं तेहं सविज्ञानम् इदौ वक्ष्याम्यशिष्येशतः यज्ञात्वा नेह भूयोऽन्यत् ज्ञातव्यमवशिष्यते.
Good. Next.
Anupama Bhatt Bhagini.
ज्ञानन्तेऽहं सविज्ञानम् इदं वक्ष्याम्यशेषतः यज्ञात्वा नेह भूयोऽन्यत् ज्ञातव्यमवशिष्यते.
Good. Next.
Shanti Badri Bhagini.
Yes, sir. ज्ञानन्तेऽहं सविज्ञानम् इदौ वक्ष्याम्यशेषतः यज्ञात्वा नेह भूयोऽन्यत् ज्ञातव्यमवशिष्यते.
Good. Next, one more person.
Sri Lakshmi Bhagini. Sri Lakshmi Bhagini. Okay, Raja Lakshmi Bhagini.
ज्ञानन्तेऽहं सविज्ञानम् इदं वक्ष्याम्यशेषतः यज्ञात्वा नेह भूयोऽन्यत् ज्ञातव्यमवशिष्यते.
Good. So, Bhagavan, in this shloka, he says that Jnanam Savijnanam. That is, I'll give you the Te Aham. Te means to you, Aham, me. Bhagavan says, I will give you. Vakshyami. Aham Vakshyami. I will tell you. Then I'll be telling you. Okay. What is that I'll be telling you? Jnanam Vakshyami. I'll talk to you about what is indirect knowledge. Then Aham Savijnanam Vakshyami. I'll also tell you about the direct knowledge, immediate knowledge. So he says that I'll tell you Jnanam, I'll tell you Vijnanam, and then Yadi Jnatva. Once you know whatever I have told, Iha, in this world, Bhuyaha, again, Anyat, something else needs to be Jnatavyam. Jnatavyam is to be known. Something else to be known, na avashishyate. Neha is there, no, there na iha. The na will come there. Na avashishyate. There's no need for you to know anything more. So I'll tell you about jnanam. I'll tell you about vijnanam. I'll be talking about this. Yadi jnatva, once you know that in this world, you don't have anything else that you need to know further. Knowing one, if you are able to know everything, that one what you should know, I will teach you. That's what Bhagavan says. For example, knowing clay, you know all the parts, right? You have different types of parts. You have different forms and different shapes. But knowing clay is a fundamental thing that is there in all the parts. You know everything, right? Similarly, knowing water or knowing ocean, you know everything. You know, knowing water, you know the ocean, you know the waves, you know everything. So what is that single thing that you should know? By knowing that you know everything, that I will teach you. He says that I will teach you at that level. So once you know God, then you know everything. That's what he's telling now. Okay, the other thing is that there is something called Satya and Mithya. Satya is something that is going to be existing in all the three periods of time. Okay. Whether it is in the past, it was there, it is existing now, it is also going to be existing in future. So that is what is called Satya. Mithya means does not have existence in all the three times. It might be existing today, it might not be there in the future, or it was not there in the past also. That is called a Mithya. Maya means anything that does not have its own independent existence. Anything that cannot exist on its own is Maya. Therefore, something comes into existence because of something else, and that particular something because of which something is coming to existence is the Brahman. So that is the Satyam. So you have to understand that the underlying thing because of which everything in the whole universe is existing is because of Brahman, and that Brahman is same as God, the same is as Atma. That is what is the entire meaning, that entire learning that we are going to have. So the one that was existing before the creation was Brahman. And the entire creation came from Brahman. And a cause has got to be present in whatever is the creation. So we have to look at what is the cause that is going to be there in every one of these things. And knowing that cause, we know everything else. That is what Bhagavan is now talking about. So whatever you know, once you know that particular thing, you will be able to know everything. Then there's no need for you to know anything else. There's no datavjam na avashishyate. There's no need for you to do anything other than that. Bhuyo anyat, bhuyaha again anyat, something else iha in this world na avashishyate jnatavyam. No need for you to know, or knowing what I'm going to tell. Jnanam, savijnanam, I will be telling you. That's what Bhagavan says. So now we'll go to the next shloka.
Lalita Ramachandran Bhagini.
Manushyanam
sahasreshu Manushyanam sahasreshu
Kaschit yatati siddhaye
Kaschid yatati siddhaye Kaschid yatati siddhaye
Manushyanam sahasreshu Kaschit yatati siddhaye
Manushyanam sahasreshu Kaschid yatati siddhaye Manushyanam sahasreshu Kaschid yatati siddhaye.
Good. Next.
Sharat Chavan Mahodaya.
Yatatamapi siddhanam.
Sharat Chavan Mahodaya. Okay. Usha Srinivasan Bhagini.
Yatatamapi siddhanam.
Yatatamapi siddhanam. Yatatamapi siddhanam.
Kaschinma veti tattvataha.
Kaschimma veti tattvataha.
Okay.
Continue.
Please tell.
Hello.
Yeah. Okay.
Yatat.
Okay, 1 second, sir. Sarchavan, 1 second. I'll repeat the second line. You tell it twice.
Okay, sir.
Yatamapi siddhanam kaschinma veti tattvataha.
Yatatamapi siddhanam kaschimma veti tattvataha. Yatatamapi siddhanam kaschimma veti tattvataha.
Good. Now Usha Srinivasan can come.
Yes, sir.
Manushyanam sahasreshu kaschid yatati siddhaye.
Manushyanam sahasreshu kaschid yatati siddhaye. Manushyanam sahasreshu kaschid yatati siddhaye.
Good. Next.
Lakshmi Bibi Bhagini.
Yatatamapi siddhanam kaschinma veti tattvataha.
Yatatamapi siddhanam kaschinma veti tattvataha. Yatatamapi siddhanam kaschinma veti tattvataha.
Good. Next.
Leena Mehullama Bhagini.
The first line 2 times.
Manushyanam sahasreshu kaschid yatati siddhaye. Manushyanam sahasreshu कश्चिद् यतति सिद्धये.
Good. Next.
Veena Fani Shri Bhagini.
Second line 2 times.
यततामपि सिद्धानां कच्चिन्मा वेत्ति तत्त्वतः यततामपि सिद्धानां कच्चिन्मा वेत्ति तत्त्वतः.
Next.
Gurumurti Mahodaya.
The full shloka once.
मनुष्याणां सहस्रेषु कश्चित् यतति सिद्धये यततामपि सिद्धानां कश्चिन्मा वेत्ति तत्त्वतः.
Good. Next.
Anupama Bhatt Bhagini.
The full shloka.
मनुष्याणां सहस्रेषु कश्चित् यतति सिद्धये यततामपि सिद्धानां कश्चिन्मा वेत्ति तत्त्वतः.
Good. Next.
K. Lalita Bhagini.
Full shloka.
Yes, sir. मनुष्याणां सहस्रेषु कश्चिद्यतति सिद्धये यततामपि सिद्धानां कश्चिन्मा वेत्ति तत्त्वतः.
Good. Next.
Sri Lakshmi Bhagini. Okay. Rajeshwari Shivashankar Bhagini.
मनुष्याणां सहस्रेषु कश्चित् यतति सिद्धये यततामपि सिद्धानां कश्चिन्मा वेत्ति तत्त्वतः.
Yatathamapi siddhanam. Yatatam, not yatatam. Yatatam.
यततामपि सिद्धानां कश्चिन्मा वेत्ति तत्त्वतः.
Good. Next.
Rajalakshmi Bhagini.
मनुष्याणां सहस्रेषु कश्चित् यतति सिद्धये यततामपि सिद्धानां कश्चिन्मा वेत्ति तत्त्वतः.
Good. Next.
Kashmira Bhagini.
Yes. मनुष्याणां सहस्रेषु कश्चित् यतति सिद्धये यततामपि सिद्धानां कश्चिन्मा वेत्ति तत्त्वतः.
Good. One more person.
Srimati Bhagini.
मनुष्याणां सहस्रेषु कश्चिद्यतति सिद्धये यततामपि सिद्धानां कश्चिन्मा वेत्ति तत्त्वतः.
Good. Okay. So now, Bhagavan now tells that Manushyanam Sahasreshu, among the people, among thousands of people. So that is, we say in English, we say 1 in a million, we say that, no? So among thousands of people, Kashchit, one person among the entire group, Yatati, he puts his effort for Siddhaye. Siddhaye means he wants to be a seeker. Seeker of what? Seeker of Bhagavan. So out of 1 in a million of people in the humanity wants to seek God. That's what he says. Manushyanam sahastreshu kaschit yatati siddhaye. He puts effort for seeking Bhagavan. Manushyanam sahastreshu kaschit yatati siddhaye. Yatatam siddhanam. Out of those people who are seeking Bhagavan, kaschit, only one of them will be able to mam veti tattvataha, will be able to really understand my true nature. So what it says is that not that everybody wants to get into the thought of knowing Bhagavan. Out of thousands of people, one person says, okay, let me now start being a seeker. I want to know what is the purpose of this life. I want to know God. I want to know all these things. So that he is a seeker. So in Siddhaye, Siddhaye means the person who is gaining something or achieving something or successful is not Siddhaye. Here you can take it as seeker. The seeker of Bhagavan, here among thousands of people, one person tries to seek Bhagavan. And out of thousands of such seekers, only one person is able to get his true understanding of this, what is Bhagavan. So that's what he says. So getting this knowledge is not very, very easy. It is, even after so many years, we have been having lot of very good culture in the family. We have been praying to God. We have been going to temples. We have been doing pujas, upasanas. But we have got a very, very indirect understanding, and we feel that there is something beyond everything. There is some kind of superpower. There is something that is taking care of everything. That is the way we understand, but we are still not able to have a very clear understanding of God. So many people, we do as a rhetoric, we do a kind of puja, and then fine, we are not seeking. We are only doing some puja for the sake of inner satisfaction, and we feel that somebody is going to take care of me. But we do not seek. So what he says is that out of thousands of people, only one person starts becoming a real seeker, and out of thousands of seekers, out of many number of seekers, only one person tries to find out and understand me fully. Veti Tattvadaha knows about me fully. It is something like, in Pune, Magarpata city, they have announced what is called a marathon race. So there are some 40,000 people living here. So only around 1,000 people are enrolling for this particular thing. So many people are not only here, but in the entire vicinity they can join. So only so many people are living in the entire area, but only some people are registering for this race, marathon race. Out of that, so many people who are running on the marathon race, there's only one fellow who will be at least going and crossing that line. Many of them will fall halfway through and go home. They'll first go for the first round, they'll have one line to and get back to their houses. So it is not possible. They all give up. So they say that, Bhagavan says that having this kind of seeking this knowledge is not very easy. Not that everybody is trying for that. Only few people try, and out of those people, only few of them are able to actually know me. That's what is the meaning of this particular shloka. Now, there is one thing Bhagavan has assured in the previous chapter was that whoever is a seeker, whoever is already in this journey, he will not be let down by me. I will ensure that he will progress in his spiritual growth. So I will ensure that he will not become a yoga brashta. I will ensure that he is going to be born in a good family, so that he will be having a conducive environment in which he will be able to move further in terms of his spiritual growth. But with all these things, there will be one Ramana Maharishi, there will be one Kanchi Mahaparivar, or there is going to be one, out of millions of people, you'll have only one of those people who will be able to get that kind of a highest level of Yoginamapi Sarvesham, Madgade Namtaratmana, Yuktatamo Madaha. He said, no, in the previous. So there's only few of them will be able to rise up to that very, very, very high levels. So that is what Bhagavan says. But at the end of the day, it is the journey that everybody has started. And in the journey, Bhagavan will ensure that he is going to provide the right kind of guidance. And he'll take and then it may require some more years, some more lives, etc., to further this journey and then able to realize the real God in ourselves and real God. So that is what he says. What he says is that not that everybody is committed to this, and out of those who are committed, also only few of them will be able to know me, understand this tattva, understand the principle of God principle. Okay. Do we have time for one more shloka? We can take one more shloka.
Anupama Bhatt Bhagini.
Bhumirapo nalo vayuhu.
Anupama Bhatt Bhagini.
भूमिरापो नलो वायुः भूमिरापो नलो वायुः
Kham mano buddhirev cha.
खं मनो बुद्धिरेव च खं मनो बुद्धिरेव च
Bhumirapo nalo vayuhu.
भूमिरापो नलो वायुः भूमिरापो नलो वायुः
Kham mano buddhirev cha.
खं मनो बुद्धिरेव च खं मनो बुद्धिरेव च
भूमिरापो नलो वायुः खं मनो बुद्धिरेव च
भूमिरापो नलो वायुः खं मनो बुद्धिरेव च भूमिरापो नलो वायुः खं मनो बुद्धिरेव च।
Good. Next.
Shanti Badri Bagini.
अहंकार इतीयं मे
अहङ्कार इति यं मे अहङ्कार इति यं मे
भिन्ना प्रकृतिरष्टधा
भिन्ना प्रकृतिरष्टधा भिन्ना प्रकृतिरष्टधा
अहंकार इतीयं मे भिन्ना प्रकृतिरष्टधा
अहङ्कार इति यं मे भिन्ना प्रकृतिरष्टधा अहङ्कार इति यं मे भिन्ना प्रकृतिरष्टधा।
Good. Next.
Rajeshwari Shivashankar Bagini.
First line 2 times.
भूमिरापो नलो वायुः खं मनो बुद्धिरेव च भूमिरापो नलो वायुः खं मनो बुद्धिरेव च।
Good. Next.
Sharat Chavan Mahodaya.
Second line 2 times.
अहंकार इतीयमे भिन्ना प्रकृतिरष्टधा अहंकार इतीयमे भिन्ना प्रकृतिरष्टधा.
Not like that. Ahankara itiyam me भिन्ना प्रकृतिरष्टधा
अहंकार इतीयमे भिन्ना प्रकृतिर्दृष्टधा प्रकृतिरष्टधा.
Okay. Next.
Gurumurti Mahodaya.
Second line. Ahankara itiyam me भिन्ना प्रकृतिरष्टधा
अहंकार इतीयं मे न प्रकृतिरष्टधा अहंकार इतीयं मे न प्रकृतिरष्टधा.
Good. Next.
Kashmira Bagini.
Yeah, full shloka once.
Yes. भूमिरापो नलो वायुः खं मना बुद्धिरेव च अहंकार इतीयं मे भिन्ना प्रकृतिरष्टधा.
Okay, one more person.
Usha Srinivasan Bagini.
Full shloka.
Yes, ma'am. भूमिरापो नलो वायुः कं मनो बुद्धिरेव च अहंकार इतीयं मे भिन्ना प्रकृतिरष्टधा.
I think we'll close now with this shloka. I'll take it up again tomorrow and we'll discuss the meaning also in detail because we need to discuss on some of the things in this very detailed way. I'll just give you a simple meaning of this. Bhumihi. Bhumihi is earth. Apaha. Apaha is water. Bhumihi. Apaha. Analaha is fire. Bhumi. Apaha. Analaha. Vayuhu. Vayu. Kham. Kham is space. So these are Pancha Bhudas. Bhumi. Apaha. Anala. Bhumihi. Apaha. Analaha. Vayuhu. Kham. Pancha Bhudas. Then Manas. Buddhi, Ahankara, Mano, Buddhi, Ahankara, these three, all these things, Prakriti, Ashtada. Prakriti is, well, there are two Prakritis we have discussed. One is called Para Prakriti and Apara Prakriti, which we will discuss tomorrow. So, Ashtada means 8. These are the 8 fields by which things are divided. That's what Bhagavan says. That is, Bhumi, Apaha, Analaha, Vayuhu, Kam, Mano, Buddhi, Ahankara. This way, the Prakriti has been divided into 8, made into 8 divisions. That's the meaning of this. But we have to discuss a lot in this, which we'll take it up tomorrow. Okay. So I'll try to chant the Shloka that we did today. And Om Shri Paramatmane Namaha. Atha Saptamodhyayah Jnana Vijnana Yogaha. Shri Bhagavanuvacha Maya Saktamanah Partha Yogayunjanmadashtrayah Asamshayam Samagram Mam Yathajñāsyasi Tachrunu Jnanam Teham Savijnanam Idau Vakshyam Yasheshatah Yajñātva Neha Bhujonyat Jnātavyamavashishyate Manushyanam Sahasreshu Kaśchidyatati Siddhaye Yatatamapi Siddhanam Kaśchinmau Veti Tattvataha Bhumirapo Nalo Vayuhu Kammano Buddhirevacha Ahankara iti yamme Bhinna Prakutirashtada Om Purnamadav Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate Om Shanti 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 Harihi Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha Harihi Om